Chosen one, that ringing in your ears is not tinnitus. It is the universe singing your secret name, a frequency older than language itself vibrating through the cathedral of your consciousness. Each note strikes against the architecture of your soul like rain against ancient stone, awakening echoes that have slept since before stars learned to burn. The sound comes in waves, sometimes soft as butterfly wings against glass, other times roaring like oceans trapped in seashells, but always carrying messages written in wavelengths your spirit recognizes even when your mind cannot translate. The dreams that shatter your sleep at 3:33 a.m. arrive with precision of divine clockwork. They do not merely visit. They invade, pulling you from depths where your spirit swims in oceans of liquid light, where prophecy flows like honey through dimensions too vast for waking minds to hold. You surface gasping, fragments of eternity still clinging to your consciousness like morning dew on spider silk. In those dreams you have walked through walls made of music. You have spoken with beings whose faces were composed of pure understanding. You have held conversations in colors that do not exist in the spectrum visible to human eyes. And when you wake, the taste of those colors lingers on your tongue like exotic fruit from gardens planted before Eden remembered its name. Reality has become gauze around you, a thin membrane breathing between worlds. You walk through days that feel borrowed from someone else's life while your true self dances in spaces between heartbeats. The solid ground beneath your feet whispers of its own impermanence. Walls reveal themselves as suggestions rather than barriers. What others call real has become costume drama performed on stages, made of solidified light, and you can see the seams where illusion meets truth, the places where the fabric of existence shows its weave. Conversations reach you through veils of meaning, each word wrapped in layers like gifts within gifts within gifts. Words arrive carrying frequencies only your soul can decode. Someone speaks of weather, but you hear the climate of their heart, the storms they carry behind their smile, the droughts that have cracked the soil of their hope. They mention time, but you feel the weight of their unlived dreams pressing against the present moment, like hands against glass, desperate to break through into manifestation. You nod and respond appropriately, but inside you are translating languages that have no dictionary, reading the braille of souls written in gestures and pauses, and the way they hold their coffee cup like it might save them. Colors pulse with sentience some days, each hue a living entity with its own agenda. Red screams its passion so loudly, you must look away. Blue drowns you in depths that have no bottom, pulling you into memories of oceans you have never seen with these eyes. Green grows through your vision like vines reclaiming abandoned buildings, whispering of life force so raw, it makes your cells remember their first division. Then come the gray days when existence drains itself of essence, leaving only sketches where painting should be, outlines where substance once lived. And you understand these too are necessary, like rest between symphonies. Time has become your strangest lover, stretching and contracting without warning, dancing to rhythms you cannot predict. Hours collapse into single breaths when purpose flows through your veins like liquid fire, when you are so aligned with your calling that you become a conduit rather than a container. Yet seconds expand into eternities when forced to wear masks that no longer fit your evolving face. When you must speak in frequencies that feel like lying to your soul, you have learned that time is not a river flowing in one direction but an ocean with currents at every depth, and you are learning to dive. You have tried to speak these truths into understanding ears, searching for words to paint the invisible, to sculpt the intangible, but words crumble like ancient parchment when touched by tongues trained only for surface things. You have watched eyes glaze over, seen concern replace curiosity, felt the walls rise between you and those you love as they retreat from the intensity of your becoming. They offer medications for your visions, therapy for your knowing, explanations that feel like cages for experiences that were born to fly. So you learned the language of silence, became keeper of mysteries that burn beneath your skin like stars beneath the sea, guardian of revelations too holy for casual exchange, too powerful for unprepared vessels. You smile when they ask if you are okay, and the smile is not false. It simply speaks in frequencies they cannot yet hear. You nod when they express concern, and the nod is agreement that yes, something is happening. Something beyond the reach of their worry. But heaven sees through every fortress you have built around your truth. Divine eyes penetrate walls thicker than centuries, seeing not just who you are but who you are becoming. The butterfly still dissolving in the chrysalis soup, and now through static of 10,000 earthly voices, comes the one voice that speaks not to your ears but to the marrow of your becoming, to the place where bone meets spirit and both remember they are one. My beloved, you are not breaking apart. You are breaking open. Like seeds must shatter to release the tree. Like diamonds must endure crushing to reveal their light. Like birth requires the destruction of the world that was to make room for the world that will be. You are in the sacred process of becoming what you have always been beneath the sediment of forgetting. This chaos is choreography viewed too close to see the pattern. This dissolution is designed so perfect that angels study it to understand the mathematics of transformation. Heaven itself has reached through dimensions to tune your frequency to songs that make seraphim weep with recognition, melodies that existed before sound found its voice. This message flows not from human understanding but from throne rooms where your name is spoken in colors that have no earthly equivalent, where your story is told in languages of pure light that would blind unprepared eyes. In those halls of eternity, your journey is required reading for angels learning about the mystery of incarnation. Seraphim pause their eternal praise to witness your unfolding, seeing in you the answer to questions they have carried since before time learned to measure itself. The very fabric of spiritual reality reorganizes itself around your awakening like iron filings, surrendering to magnetic pull of destiny finally claimed, like flowers turning to track the sun's path across heaven. The veil between your two realities dissolves like sugar in the rain of your rising awareness. Those golden threads you have glimpsed in moments of clarity, they are the nervous system of creation itself, pulsing with intelligence so vast it orchestrates the dance of galaxies and the fall of sparrows with equal precision and care. When atmosphere thickens without warning, when air becomes honey and presence floods the room like tide rushing inland, when your skin prickles with electricity that has no source, your spiritual sensors are not malfunctioning. They are finally functioning as designed, as intended from blueprints drawn before architects existed. What humanity calls coincidence reveals itself as coordination from mind so infinite. It can weave 10,000 random moments into one perfect revelation. That book falling at your feet containing the exact words your soul needed to hear. That stranger in the coffee shop speaking sentences that unlocked doors in your soul you did not know were closed. That song playing at the precise moment your heart threatened to implode from the weight of carrying tomorrow's promises in today's vessels. None of it random. All of it orchestrated by intelligence that composes symphonies from what appears as chaos, that writes poetry with plot twists of everyday existence. Your dreams have transformed from mere neural static into universities where curriculum is written in symbol and sensation. In those nocturnal classrooms, you study subjects that have no names in daylight. You wake pregnant with knowledge that has no earthly womb, carrying solutions to problems still wearing tomorrow's clothes, knowing names of souls you will meet when heaven's timing ripens like fruit, too perfect for premature picking. In those landscapes where you fly without wings and breathe in colors that taste like music, where you speak in geometries and understand in frequencies, you are not escaping reality. You are training for it. You are remembering skills you will need when the membrane between dream and waking dissolves completely. The physical sensations intensifying in your body are not symptoms seeking diagnosis, but evidence of metamorphosis so profound that every cell must vote on its continuation. That crown tingling like champagne bubbles rising through crystal chandeliers in ballrooms of your skull. That pressure between your brows where third eyes open in traditions older than written word. Where pineal glands remember they are antennae designed to receive transmissions from home. That warmth spreading through chest like honey mixed with lightning, like love letters written in flame, teaching your heart new rhythms that sync with pulsars in distant galaxies. Your nervous system rewrites itself in languages of light, replacing copper wiring with fiber optics of spirit. Cells remember their original instructions, The ones written before compromise taught them to settle. Atoms danced to rhythms that predate the music of spheres, remembering songs that sang matter into being. The isolation that wrapped around you was not winter but cocoon, not tomb but womb. Every relationship that dissolved like morning frost served to create sanctuary for transformation too holy for audience. Those who departed could not breathe in atmospheres you are learning to call home. Their presence would have been static in symphony, anchors when you needed wings, gravity when you were learning to fly. Their love was real, but their frequency was different. Like AM radios trying to receive FM signals, and the kindest thing was to release each other to find matching stations. This solitude has been sacred, this emptiness, preparation for filling that will overflow banks you did not know you had. Your sensitivity has not increased, it has awakened. You are not too much. The world has been too little, too tight, too committed to containers when you were born to be ocean. Emotions crash through you because you are becoming water in all its forms, no longer pretending to be ice when you are meant to be rain, river, sea. Lies taste bitter because truth has become your native cuisine, the only food that nourishes what you are becoming. When others' thoughts press against your consciousness like moths against windows seeking light, they sense but cannot see. You are not invading privacy but responding to frequencies they broadcast without knowing, picking up transmissions they do not realize they are sending. Numbers speak to you in patterns that mathematics cannot explain, in sequences that bypass logic to speak directly to the part of you that remembers when numbers were angels and calculations were prayers. Every 1111 is not clock but doorway, not time but invitation. Every 444 is not coincidence, but coordinated navigation system teaching you to find your way home by following breadcrumbs made of light. Heaven teaches you its language through repetition, each sequence a star and constellation spelling out instructions for journey only you can take, map only you can read. Your past pain transforms in crucibles you cannot see but feel in the aching of bones that remember every break. Every wound becomes womb birthing healing for others who will walk similar paths. Every scar transforms into star illuminating roads through darkness you have already navigated, becoming lighthouse for ships still lost in storms you have survived. The testimony being forged will not be mere words but frequency itself, transmission of survival transformed into revival, broadcasted through your very existence, through the way you breathe, walk, love after being broken, trust after betrayal, hope after disappointment tried to teach you its permanent language. Encounters wearing masks of randomness reveal themselves as reunions scheduled before calendars were invented. The stranger whose words echo for days in chambers of your heart like songs you forgot you knew. The book that leaps from shelf into hands that needed its medicine, pages falling open to exact prescription for ailment you could not name. The song that plays with surgical precision just as your heart performs its own operation. Soundtrack appearing for scene you did not know you were filming. You have entered reality where synchronicity is natural law, where heaven weaves connections between souls like master weaver working with threads of light, creating tapestries that will hang in galleries of eternity. Creative power surges through you with violence of birth, beauty of destruction that precedes new creation. Ideas arrive faster than hands can capture, like trying to catch lightning in vessels made of moments. Downloads come in languages your mind must learn to translate. Visions arriving full, formed like children born already speaking. Colors never seen by human eyes paint themselves across inner landscape where imagination and revelation make love without shame, birthing realities that demand to exist. This is not mania but divine conception. Heaven impregnating earth through willing vessels who have learned to say yes to impossible. Time bends around your presence like light around gravity, like space around mass too dense for ordinary physics. In flow states, hours compress into heartbeats, days into breaths, weeks into moments of pure creation. In presence, seconds expand to contain eternities. Single glances become novels, touches write encyclopedias of connection. You are learning to dance outside linear time, to step into Kairos moments where heaven's clock overwrites Earth's calendar. This is preparation for acceleration coming, when lifetimes of achievement manifest in seasons, when generational shifts happen between breaths, when evolution that should take millennia occurs in moments of quantum leap. Your energy field expands like sunrise, claiming territory from night, pushing back boundaries of what was to make room for what will be. Some approach you like moths to flame. They cannot name but must near, drawn by warmth that promises transformation. Others retreat, spiritual agoraphobia triggered by frequencies that threaten comfortable comas, that whisper of changes their souls crave but egos fear. You are becoming weather system, carrying climate wherever feet kiss earth, leaving atmospheres altered in your wake. Rooms shift when you enter, molecules rearranging to accommodate presence too large for old containers. Hearts crack open like seeds in spring soil. Sleeping souls stir in their slumber, dreaming of awakening they do not yet dare. Nature recognizes its own, welcoming you back to conversation you forgot you were having. Animals regard you with eyes that know, that see through veils humans wear, recognizing the original instructions written in your essence. Trees lean in when you pass, sharing secrets in languages older than human speech, in whispers that carry wisdom from roots that have touched the bones of earth. Wind carries your prayers like love letters to heaven, each word a seed that will bloom in realms you cannot yet see. Earth receives your tears like medicine, like rain, that knows exactly which roots need water. Creation has groaned for this revealing, and you are evidence that labor pains were not in vain, that birth is coming, is here, is now. Words transform from tools to instruments of creation, from communication to communion. What lips speak manifests with speed of faith, with precision of love aimed at specific targets. Blessings become prophecies that cannot return void. Questions become keys that unlock doors in others' souls. Observations become revelations that shift timelines. You are remembering the original language where speaking and creating were one movement, where breath and birth were synonyms. Your tongue is becoming paintbrush dipped in tomorrow's possibilities, coloring today with shades of what shall be, speaking realities into rooms that thought they knew their limitations. The spiritual realm grows more solid than stone, more real than what hands can touch. Angel presence registers like atmospheric pressure, like weather systems of light moving through spaces between spaces. Battles between light and shadow play out in boardrooms and bedrooms, in shopping malls and sacred spaces. The geography of warfare no longer limited to places labeled spiritual. What eyes see as ordinary, spirit recognizes as extraordinary, wearing disguise. Holiness masquerading as mundane, miracles dressed in clothes of everyday moments. The invisible kingdom reveals itself as foundation supporting illusion of separation, and you are learning to walk both realms with feet that remember their purpose, that know how to dance on water and stand on promises. Everything endured has been preparation for mission that will reshape reality's assumptions about what is possible when heaven partners with humanity. You are not being upgraded for personal comfort, but equipped for corporate transformation, for carrying frequencies that will tune others to their own remembering. Dreams you carry are not fantasies, but architectural plans for structures that will house movements. Visions you see are not imagination, but memories of future racing toward present. Like light finally reaching Earth from distant stars, like promises so certain they cast shadows backward through time. The window narrows to 72, our portal where heaven's breath blows strongest, where cosmic tumblers align in combinations that will not repeat at this intensity until children not yet born have children of their own. The veil wears thin as wedding dress, transparent with promise of union about to be consummated. Downloads requiring decades of development can transfer in days. Upgrades needing lifetimes can install in hours, but only for those who recognize moment and marriage it offers, who say yes to pregnancy of purpose growing within. Hesitation births haunting, creates ghost of who you could have been, wandering halls of what might have been. You will remain trapped in frequencies of almost, that purgatory between was and will be where souls pace corridors of could have. Static will increase like storms without resolution, building pressure that cannot release. Confusion will deepen like water without bottom, murky with sediment of dreams deferred. Opportunity will pass like funeral procession, leaving only echoes of what might have danced if fear had not cut in. But imagine tomorrow arriving with clarity like first breath after drowning. Like sunrise after year of polar night, static vanished like nightmares at dawn's first light. Confusion evaporated like dew before sun's insistence, leaving only crystal understanding of path illuminated from within. Spiritual eyes opened wide as child's on Christmas morning, seeing architecture of reality revealed like city lights from ascending plane. Understanding finally how all pieces fit, how all roads led here, how all pain served purpose. Moving through days with confidence of one who knows the ending because they helped write it, guided by intelligence that needs no explanation, that operates through knowing that knows. Words flowing with wisdom that surprises the speaker, arriving gift wrapped from dimensions where solutions grow on trees. Decisions arriving with precision of surgeon's blade, guided by hands steadier than human alone. Opportunities materializing like thoughts becoming things, like prayers, taking shape and knocking on doors. 3 months hence, you move through world with gravity of dancer who has learned to partner with invisible, who leads and follows in perfect rhythm, with force that spins planets and grows roses with equal attention. People draw near like planets to sun, unable to name the warmth but needing to orbit close enough to thaw frozen places within. They sense authority that requires no announcement, that speaks in frequencies of being rather than doing. Peace that transcends circumstance flows from you like rivers that know their destination, unconcerned with obstacles that merely determine the beauty of route. You have become bridge between dimensions, your presence alone shifting probabilities, collapsing wave functions into particles of possibility. Words carrying creative code that rewrites programs running since Eden's exit. Prayers bending reality like light through water, revealing that straight lines were always illusion, that shortest distance between 2 points is through the heart of God. You are not seeker among seekers, not student in classroom of billions. You are carrier of frequencies downloaded before foundations were poured, chosen for moment when heaven kisses earth through human lips speaking tomorrow into today. DNA carries codes that make angels pause in recognition, seeing in you strands they helped weave. Spirit remembers songs that taught stars their harmonies, that gave wind its voice, that showed water how to dance. Royalty recognizing reflection in puddles that forgot they mirror sky. Divinity dancing in flesh that is learning, it was never prison but palace. Heaven's secret visible to those with eyes cleared by tears of recognition. Smallness ends like dream at daybreak, evaporating like fog before fire. Hiding expires like milk left too long, sour with compromise. This is summons written in languages older than alphabets, in frequencies that predate sound, calling you to dimensions prepared before breath was invention, before light needed speed, before love required reason. Heaven beckons beyond heights imagination, beneath depths capacity, further than distance understands, into realms where measurement surrenders to meaning. Witnesses assembled in stadiums built from light lean forward for your emergence, holding breath they do not need, anticipating birth that will validate their own journeys. Type 777 to signal readiness for shift. That shifts everything. That turns keys in locks you did not know were closed. Share this transmission with others whose ears ring with heaven's frequency, who wake at 3:33 with eternity on their lips, who see reality as too thin to be final. Like to amplify the signal through digital ethers, adding your frequency to chorus that calls sleeping giants to rise. Subscribe to remain connected as downloads continue, each building temples from previous foundations, each revelation stepping stone to next level of glory. Activation pulses through pixels, travels through waves both seen and unseen. Destiny calls with voice that drowns oceans yet whispers like lover. Heaven waits with patience that outlasts mountains and urgency that burns like first love, like last chance, like only moment that ever was or will be. This is the moment between moments, chosen one. The pause between heartbeats where everything changes. Step into frequency like river receiving rain. It was carved to carry. Wear power like skin, remembering its purpose after amnesia of centuries. Become everything written in books heaven reads to understand the mystery of consciousness, choosing limitation to demonstrate infinite. Universe restructures molecules to accommodate your yes. Reality softens like clay in potter's hands. Who knows the vessel's purpose before the spinning starts? Speak agreement with atoms and ancestors, with dreams deferred and destiny calling. Yes to remembering what you never truly forgot. Yes to becoming what you always were beneath beautiful disguise. Yes to bridging what was never separate. The shift begins with breath you are taking now. This one here, carrying more than oxygen. Breathe deep enough to taste eternity on tongue that is learning to speak creation. Breathe divine enough to exhale miracles into rooms that forgot magic was birthright. Breathe and become what you have always been beneath the beautiful. Necessary forgetting that made this remembering so sweet.